Welcome to episode 22
of Surrey Build Weekly.
This morning we are at Douglas Road for a design walk around. Now the staircase has been installed, the guys are outside on the roof and we are going to be meeting the client inside to discuss the wall layout.
This week we have a jam-packed week. We have a total of 4 projects that are having design walkarounds, and we also have
another job starting. Well, I mean, there's a few little tweaks that we can make to the project. So obviously this is why we do these design walkarounds, to make sure that you are fully happy with the space that you're going to get before the walls are constructed. It makes it very difficult to alter anything once they are in place. So bath finish is about there. That's the end of the bath there.
And then toilet next to it.
And toilet next to it, yeah.
on that wall. Shower here.
Shower here. Where you're standing now, this hallway as such, this landing space, we're going to keep this as short as possible to allow you to have more bathroom space. If we're talking future proofing, it's going to be a double bed. This is a double room when you come to sell the property. You know, where would someone put a double bed? If you looked at this room on paper, bed would go there. You then struggle for wardrobe space. If you took this wall all the way through, you're only ending up with, say, a 400 nib. But if you took 200 mil of the bathroom and run that all the way through, you would then get double wardrobes here, which then completely changes this room.
And also, in terms of cost, bespoke versus buying a double wardrobe, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Think about how you're going to position your room and what you want in it, because sometimes you can have too much floor space and then you have to buy furniture to fill it. So there's finding that medium balance. If you walk that back, right, so if you didn't have it, if you didn't have such a big bathroom, what would that floor space be used for? That's what you've got to ask yourself.
So we kind of lay out what we think is suitable for these rooms in terms of points, but how you choose that allowance, how you choose to use that allowance is up to you.
So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to speak to Man. We're going to go through the wall layout so that they can put them walls up in preparation, ready for the electrician. So with any design walk around, we always talk about some key factors with any project. So those factors in this project are the way that the doors open and close to the bedrooms, the positioning of the bed, the downlights and socket locations, the wardrobe placement, and also the size and needs for the bathroom.
So for now, we're going to head over to Thorpe, where we have another new project starting called Hillview.
We've got our team over there and they've just completed the structure. So we're going to meet with the client and do a design walk around.
We'll see you there. And welcome to Hillview, our latest project. This is another design and build client. It's a hip to gable loft conversion with a rear dormer. It's been going on for a few weeks, but this is the first opportunity we've had to bring you over here and show you around. Today we are here to firstly meet Jake, the staircase designer. He was here last week to carry out his initial stair survey, but he had allowed to reduce the bathroom on the first floor, which is something that the client has been very clear from early on that they don't want to do. So he's been here to re-survey. He's met with Lee and I on site, and we are now meeting with the client to talk about the design walk around.
If you can imagine, I'm going to come up the stairs and I'm going to be here at the top of the staircase. Yeah. And obviously we've got this great shape now. So you can put bathroom wherever you wish to put it.
Listen, we've got the bath, let's just have a decent shower, because we still want a decent sized bedroom as such,
yeah.
you know?
I promise you, this size bathroom, you will get everything in it.
You get a walk-in shower.
Yes, definitely a walk-in shower, definitely a bath, definitely a toilet and basin. I would just leave a metre landing, and that would just be enough to give the concept of like a gallery landing, so nice handrail, skylight bringing light into here, and an access hatch into there. And then the rest can be bathroom. No, so I'll have a good measure up, and then I'll let you know what size shower tray, you know, what's going to work in terms of toilet.
Do you do tiling, or is that
Yeah, we include tiling. We include 12 square metres tiling.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't have that walk-in dressing area because it's a waste of space. Because it's all going to be angles, there's all going to be bespoke carpentry, which is more expensive. You're going to have 2 doors, one going into it, one going into the bathroom. You're not actually going to end up with that much storage. You'd be better off having one of the side walls, full height, nice wardrobes all the way. If you wanted more of a walk-in dressing room, you've got this wall that's going to come along to the edge of the stairs, so you could have like a U-shaped wardrobe section anyway. Ultimately, it's whatever's going to work for you guys. All I want to do is make sure that you know pros and cons and all the options, because you know, it's your house that ultimately I can only advise you. We've now finished the design walk around with the client here at Hillview in Staines, and we're now going to head over to the mount to watch the kitchen be installed and go through the final bits there.
I'm now standing in the kitchen at the mount. So the extension is almost finished. We have all of the fantastic glazing installed. We have the underfloor heating laid, which you saw in a previous episode. The floor's now tiled. We have kitchen fitters in, and they have made good progress so far with the kitchen. So just to talk a little bit about the kitchen, the client has actually opted to use a company called Holt. So they produce bespoke cupboard doors and end panels. It's a plywood construction, so we've got this really lovely layered effect. We've got a mix of a wood grain and then a nice terracotta just for a good contrast. The fantastic thing about these particular door cupboards is that they specifically are made to fit IKEA carcasses. So the client is able to get a really lovely bespoke look kitchen at a more cost-effective price by getting those carcasses and the innards from IKEA. We have a really nice seating area over here. Again, we've got the IKEA carcasses and then the bespoke door fronts. And we have some more lower level seating cabinetry over along that wall. Outside at the mount, we are now in the garden. Now we have extended into the garden, we've taken some of the space, so we're left with a fairly compact area. Now the client has got a very keen eye for detail, and we have got a fantastic design whereby we have paving, but to break it up and add a bit of interest, we have some stone blocks that are gapless and will be filled with sand. We have created some brick walls which have been rendered, so they will be some nice planters. We have the paving as we come out, and then we're going to go to the bottom where there will be an eating area with some freestanding kitchen units. It's a bit difficult to see now because we've got the kitchen fitters equipment out here because they're needing it for their workspace, but very soon we'll be able to show you what it looks like finished. So from here, we are now going to head to the Glanville in Epsom, where we have those two neighbours having their lofts done together, and we will be doing the design walk around. Nice and high, isn't it?
Nice and hot,
Yeah, you've got good height in here. The only impact of having all of that as ensuite is there's a lot more tiling. So that's going to push the cost up quite a lot. Then there's the install of the bar.
I don't want it all tiled though.
No, just a shower enclosure.
Just a shower enclosure.
A few behind your basin and then the floor. I know, didn't you want to build out like a shelf along here behind the...
Shelf both sides.
Yeah. How high do you want that shelf?
So the tile was 1200, so I was having to use just one tile. 1200 by
1200, yeah. So we've got a wall here around the stairs We've got wardrobes along this wall. So that comes out, wardrobes come out by 60. And then you're going to want a little bit of a gap. We don't need the box, so it's nice and clean. Instead of having a box jutting out, we're just having a straight through wall at the end of the shower.
Okay. You're going to order the shower tray, yeah?
Yeah, I can do, yeah.
Right,
Have you got a specific salt you want me to do? Or?
So is this a wet room tray?
Yeah,
You know there's costs associated with that. Okay, cool. When you find everything you like, send us the links and we'll say yay or nay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we'll let you know if there's any associated costs as well to install. Spotlights, spotlights down the staircase.
Spotlights in the bathroom.
3 spotlights in the bathroom. 6 in the bedroom, which the electrician will map out. You want the radiator under the window, ideally, because you don't want to waste up usable wall space. This part is going to happen really quickly now. We've obviously got, the problem is we've got the wait for the bathroom. But I would say if first fix happens next week, then we're on to insulation, plasterboard plastering the following week. So at these 2 projects, Dean joined me on the design walk around. I particularly wanted Dean to come along because I knew that both clients had a lot of questions on sanitary ware. Both projects have evolved, and the client had an idea of how the layout would be, which was slightly different to the plans already. So they wanted to kind of talk about options. And it's always really helpful at the design meeting to really, make sure that we know exactly what sanitary ware is going to be used, and the client is aware of any pros and cons of using that particular type of sanitary ware. And since that meeting, there has been further changes to the layout, particularly for this side, who was having an extremely spacious bathroom. They decided to use some of that space and utilise it as a dressing room, as having had a bit of a feel for the space in the bedroom, they were a little bit concerned that they wouldn't have enough space for dressing rooms. That is really the beauty of how we project manage our projects. We give the clients as much freedom to make those changes, and we always accommodate them. And as we come to the end of an episode, I'd like to thank you for watching us. We've had a really full-on week, as usual, shown you around lots of projects. We've got the Mount, which is obviously coming to an end, which is quite exciting. I hope you've enjoyed it. So if you have, please like this episode. And if you want to see more, subscribe, and we'll see you next week.